Hello everyone, welcome to this week's video from the Purple Penny. My name's Mark. I own and run the Purple Penny along with my wife Catherine. We've been here since 2019, in May 2019. Been doing these videos for the last little while. Try to have them every Monday at about this time, which is 12 PM in Adelaide. So the Purple Penny, we're a small coin and banknote dealer. We buy and sell coins and banknotes and the odd collectible. We're also authorised distributors for the Royal Australian Mint, the Royal Australian Mint being Australia's coin issuing authority, who also has a nice little side hustle of making coins for collectors. So we're open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday here. Mondays and Tuesdays we're doing back office stuff. That's how we keep things running when the shop's not open. There's just not enough hours in the day to be open every day of the week, unfortunately. Hello, Catherine. Catherine is preparing a mountain of mail out there. There's been lots of orders over the weekend. I'll just say a few more hellos to people. Hello, Justin. I hope you are well, Justin. The last time I spoke to you, you weren't well. I hope things are improving for you. Hello, Patrick, Greg, Mike, Bevan, Charles, Ray, Michelle, Ogie, Richie, Wendy, and Peter. Thank you, everyone, for joining in today. So let's jump into the news. First item is the Adelaide Coin Expo, which will be the first item of the news until it's on in October. So the expo is held here at the Torrens Parade Grounds in the middle of the city. We're going to have free parking. There's going to be a optional gold coin donation for entry. The Royal Australian Mint is going to be there doing one of their coin swaps, and no doubt they'll have some new release product as well. So if you are in Adelaide, make sure that you block out the 5th and 6th of October. It'll be open from 10 till 5 on Saturday and 10 till 4 on Sunday. Free parking and optional gold coin donation to get in. The Mint will be there doing one of their coin swaps. We don't know what it is that they're swapping yet, but they will be swapping something. Thank you to Peter Andrews for doing a Bluey coin set sales graph for me. Bluey coin sets were released several weeks ago and been selling strong on the secondary market. Release price was $55 and they've been selling pretty consistently for over $300 for a while. I believe last week that RAM ballot winners were sent out their sets from the Mint. Usually there's a 3 or 4 week delay between the ballot being chosen and the sets being mailed out, and I do know that because our bank teller told me that she'd got her set last Monday and she was very pleased. What does that mean for the secondary market? It means that all those people that just buy these things to resell them are going to put their Bluey sets that they get from the Mint up for sale, and of course every Bluey set is the same as every other Bluey set, so the only thing you can compete on is price. And of course the price does drop, so you can see there that the price has settled just under $300, and I did see a lot of them sell last week on social media for under $300, so it'll be interesting to see how that price goes longer term. There is going to be, well, we're fairly sure there's going to be a Woolworths Olympic coin release this Wednesday. So up the top there, we've got what seems to be definitive. I've had this information confirmed from several sources. There's going to be 3 Olympic $2 coins, coloured $2 coins, and 1 Paralympic coloured $2 coin. They're going to be released one every 2 weeks. There's the release dates there. So we've got a Olympic coin entitled Community this Wednesday, an Olympic coin entitled Allez Oz, which must mean something in French, on July the 31st, an Olympic coin entitled Olympism on August the 14th, and then finally a Paralympic coin on August the 28th. So I'm fairly certain that's going to happen because I have seen the same information from multiple sources confirming all of that. What is uncertain is whether there's going to be a pre-filled folder that you can buy. It looks like there might be a pre-filled folder with the 3 Olympic coins in it for $20, and there might be a Paralympic folder with the Paralympic coloured coin in it for $8. Now, that is uncertain, and I'm not sure when or if that's even going to happen, because I have seen in multiple locations that supposedly the coins are only available through the tills at Woolworths, so I'm not sure about that. Anyway, Wednesday's only a couple of days away, so it'll be interesting to see what actually happens. Now, if you're in Western Australia, you would know that the ANDA Money Expo was on in Perth last Saturday, and the Mint was there doing a coin swap, and Nigel in Western Australia sent me through a bit of a report on the coin swap, and you can see a photo there that Nigel has supplied me with people lining up with suitcases. So this coin swap business has, well, Catherine and I were having a chat about it last night. Well, it's not getting out of hand. I don't think it's too far away from getting out of hand. I've said before that coin swaps are as close to a sure thing as you can get, buying collectible coins at face value. And if people think they can make money out of it, then unfortunately it's human nature for some people to push that to extremes. So we've had people lining up at the show in Western Australia with suitcases buying many kilos of coins. Nigel reported that one person had said he'd swapped $13,000 in face value at the coin swap. Remember, these are cash only, these swaps, so that person has $13,000 worth of cash on them. And that there were families, 9 or 10 people in the same family, sort of lining up at the same time and combining their swaps so that they could get jumbo bags of coins rather than individual sachets of coins. Nigel said that the people seem to be targeting the circulating coins rather than the coloured $2 coins in the 5-coin bag, so $20, $21 NAIDOC coins, King Charles circulating coins. So interesting report there, and yeah, it's just it's getting bigger and bigger, and I hope it continues, the coin swaps, but we are relying on the people that are using this as a business venture to not push it to an extreme so that the rest of the normal collectors miss out on them. It's the 50 years since the release of the Rubik's Cube. I think everyone knows what a Rubik's Cube is. I can remember in the early 80s trying to learn how to do a Rubik's Cube on the school bus on the way into school. The only way I ever worked out how to do it was by pulling the cube apart and putting it back together. But there are those out there that can do the Rubik's Cube. I believe the world record for doing a Rubik's Cube at the moment is under 3 seconds. 2 countries have taken the opportunity to release Rubik's Cube coins celebrating the 50th anniversary of the release. Hungary has released one. It was actually invented by a Hungarian artist in 1974, and Hungary is releasing a Nordic gold. Nordic gold is basically aluminium bronze, cube-shaped 3,000 forint coin. It's a collector-only coin. 20,000 of them made. They're going to be proof-like finish. Yeah, Mike says you take the stickers off and move them. The trouble with that is, Mike, you can only do that so many times, whereas I found pulling the cube apart and putting it back together could be done an endless number of times. Anyway, back onto our Rubik's Cube coin. There's going to be 20,000 of those, and the price is $20 each, US $20 each, with a discount for more than 4. So quite a distinctive looking coin there from Hungary. Of course, the Perth Mint, through one of their countries of convenience, Tuvalu, have released a coin celebrating this. It's a 2-ounce antique finished coin with colour, and it includes a rotating gold-plated cube insert in the middle. Just 3,000 of those minted, and just a lazy $298.99 each. The Perth Mint coins are sold out. So if you're into the Rubik's Cube, there's a couple of coins there for you to look out for. The next two stories sort of harken back to Catherine and our trip back to the UK. couple of months ago, there was a dig going on at the Carlisle Cricket Club in northwestern England. So Carlisle is a city near the west coast of England, just south of the Scottish border, and it is just south of the path of Hadrian's Wall. And there's been an ongoing archaeological dig at the Carlisle Cricket Club for the last several years, and they found more than 2,000 items from the dig, including weapons, semi-precious stones, lots of pottery. Just recently they found a silver denarius dating back to 82 BC. 82 BC is more than 120 years before the Roman occupation of Britain, and it was a few years after that until the Romans actually made it as far north as this. So you'd have to ask, why is there a coin that was 120 years old found at a dig at a Roman bathhouse at the Carlisle Cricket Club? Well, it's because the Romans trusted the what are called Republican denarii. So this is a Republican denarii from 82 BC. It's 40 years before Julius Caesar, and they had a known quantity of silver and a known purity of silver. And during the troubled times in later Roman eras, when coins were debased and their weights were reduced, people still trusted these older, purer coins. So often these coins circulated for several hundred years, and that would explain why the coin was found at that site. Interestingly, it has a test mark on it, and a test mark was a mark put into it by merchants or perhaps a soldier, just designed to punch through the surface layer of the silver and just make sure that there wasn't copper underneath. So, interesting coin find there in northwestern England. The last story here just goes back to our trip to the British Museum, and I guess I'll just perhaps refrain a little bit from saying what I really think about this, but we were lucky enough when we went to the British Museum to be able to handle some ancient coins. There was a British Museum volunteer there with a couple of ancient coins in a tray, and you could pick them up and hold them. Well, in late June, there was a volunteer there with some British siege coins from medieval period. These were emergency coins that were struck during sieges. You could handle those coins. Anyway, a Brazilian artist took it upon himself to handle one of those coins and swap it out with a replica, and then take some photos of the coins of the coin in his hand, and then he deposited it back in the donation box before he left the British Museum. And I'll use the words here of the artist. He called it opening a discussion around theft and looting in both historical context and from a neo-colonial perspective within contemporary cultural institutions. So there is a lot of controversy around a lot of the things that the British Museum possesses, that the idea that perhaps they were looted, and maybe that's true and maybe it isn't, and I don't want to get involved in it, but I got to say it just sounds like a publicity stunt by a so-called artist to me. I think it's not up to the individual to take it upon themselves to take property that isn't theirs, and it's for governments to sort this stuff amongst themselves. And there's a good chance that will stop that process that the British Museum offers, where people can handle real coins because of one person's actions. So I'll just leave that there like that, I think, before I say something I regret. Right, we'll just have a look at a few more comments here. Just say a few more hellos. Who have we got here that I haven't said hello to? I've said hello to Wendy. Hello, John. Hello, Gary. Hello, Mary. Hello, Patrick. Gwen. Jay. Jason. Sandra. Who else haven't I said hello to? Aaron. Byron. Andrew. Ronalyn. And Adam. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining in. Right. Topic of the day. This was spawned by an article I read on the American Numismatic Society's website. Was the biggest mistakes that you can make in coin collecting. And as I said in the video description, there are two types of coin collectors. There are those who make mistakes, and there are those who lie about it. because we all make mistakes in our collecting journey. It's how we grow as collectors. Hopefully we learn from our mistakes and don't make them again too often or at all. So I did have a quick chat to Catherine before we did the video today, just talking about some of the mistakes that we have made. Why isn't that slide there? Hang on a second, I have a technical problem. Just give me 1 minute. Right, I didn't think we were going to have a technical problem this week, but I've managed to find one. There we go. Coin collecting mistakes. So the first few up the top there, the first first 5 are mistakes that Catherine and I have made. So the first one is using unsafe coin storage. Back in the beginning of our coin collecting journey, we were making use of coin storage options that included PVC, and it has been proven time and time again that PVC is not a safe way of storing your coins. The goal of coin storage is for the coin to come out of storage in the same condition that it went in, or at least to have not been affected by the material in which it was stored. PVC has been proven to not be safe to store coins in, and I can tell you that here in the shop where we buy and sell coin collections all the time, we see many damaged coins that come in here that have been in PVC for too long. Regardless of what some suppliers of PVC products might tell you about PVC not damaging coins, it does. So you need to get it out of your collection. Catherine and I did make that mistake back a long while ago, and we got rid of it. Does it cost much? No, not a whole lot. For $100 you can buy enough PVC free coin collecting accessories to store several hundred coins. So we're not talking about big money here, and the PVC free stuff is not really any different in price to the PVC stuff. It is a little bit harder to find, but if you are in Adelaide, then come in here and have a look at what we've got, and we can kit you out with that stuff. Second one, being impatient. What does that mean? It means buying things perhaps too early, buying things before you know enough. The example that Catherine used was when she used to collect circulation dollar coins. She can remember cutting up a mint set to get a dollar coin out of it, and then finding out later that it was released into circulation and she could have got it another way. So that is an example of being impatient. There is fear of missing out, says Wendy. Yeah, FOMO, fear of missing out. So that's being impatient. Third one, and this is one that Catherine and I still talk about to this day, is don't buy what you don't know. And Catherine and I are often captivated by new stuff that we haven't seen before. It's always old, it always has some history. And almost without fail, when we have bought something that we don't know about, we end up overpaying for it. And why is that? It's because it is very dangerous to assume that when you buy things that the person you're buying it off of doesn't know more than what you do. So have we paid, have we got ripped off? No. But have we overpaid? Yes. We could have bought the same thing for less. So don't buy what you don't know about. And we still say that to each other. On our trip to the UK, we saw tons of stuff that we loved, but we knew nothing about it, and we left it where it was, because we just know these days that we are going to burn cash if we buy things that we don't know about. Now the next one is, it sounds like it's a contradiction to the first one, which is not seizing an opportunity. What does that mean? It means that if you see something that you do know about, and it's either hard to find or is undervalued, then you need to seize that opportunity, otherwise there will be regrets. The example that Catherine and I use is at an ANDA show in Brisbane many years ago. We walked in, and there was an iconic piece of decimal currency memorabilia on a table right by the entrance. It was fairly priced, I guess, but we knew how rare they were. There were less than 100 of them issued. It was fairly priced, and we said to each other, okay, we'll just do a lap and we'll come back and get it. And of course, when we came back, it was gone. So that still plays in our mind, and these days, finances allowing and common sense allowing, if Catherine and I see something that we know is hard to find and is fairly valued, then we say to each other, just buy it, because you'll never know when you're going to see one again. So seize the opportunity. Removing coins from packaging. Classic example is a gentleman who came in here with a complete $2 coin collection, non-circulating coin collection, and he had removed every single coin from the original packaging and put it into either 2x2s or directly into PVC album pages. So that was a collection that was instantly reduced in value by 75%. If you are going to buy mint product, and there is nothing wrong with buying mint product, then the quality is determined really by the quality of the packaging, because in general the coins in mint product are excellent. There's very little variation amongst the coins in mint product, so then you are relying on the quality of the packaging that it's in, because once you take it out of the packaging, a lot of the time it becomes unsaleable. So don't take your coins out of the packaging, and if you do take them out of the packaging, make sure you handle them properly and you keep the packaging and then put them back together when it comes time to move them on. Catherine says here, cheap Chinese capsules, Mark. Yes, okay, so there are coin holders out there, whether they be capsules or slabs or 2x cardboard 2x2s, that while they might appear safe, have proven long term that they are not. So if you're going to buy cardboard 2x2s, coin capsules or coin slab type holders, make sure you buy them from a reputable source, and don't just go on the cheapest, buy the cheapest ones that you can. So what does that mean? It means that if you buy some crappy cheap plastic capsule that has some crappy foam insert in it and you put your $2 coin in there, it could be reactive and you'll never know. So try to stick to known brands such as Lighthouse and Everslab and things like that. There was a well-known third-party grader here in Australia who was using holders that wrecked the coins that were in them. But even some of the known brands have issued holders from time to time which can affect the coins. So do your research properly on any holders that you're going to buy and stick with brands that you know. And if you are going to try out a new brand, then I would try them for a couple of years first with a couple of coins that you don't care about, because even the newly launched products might not have done the testing that they should have. Buying sight unseen. Now these days, buying sight unseen is the most common way that people buy coins, because there's very few physical coin shops left. So you do buy things off of the internet. So what does that mean? It means try to buy coins that have good photos of the actual product, and if the dealers are using stock listings, then make sure that they have described any problems that they have. And if you look at our website, we do use stock product listing, stock images for a lot of things. But if there is damage that is beyond what you can expect from a second-hand product, then we will use actual photos. But then you have to be realistic as well. If you are buying a mint set from 1984 that is 40 years old, and it's not new, so there will be some wear and tear commensurate with a product that's 40 years old. Buying raw coins or ungraded coins sight unseen is also important, because of course the value is very much dependent on the condition of the coin. So you are reliant on the seller of the coin describing everything about that coin itself. So, you know, how do you protect yourself there? I have left the point to the last one there. It means you got to check the return policy. So do check that whoever you're buying things from online has a return policy, and if you are unhappy that their return policy is poor or it's non-existent, then don't buy sight unseen from that seller. I have bought sight unseen from auction several times and have been disappointed most of the time, but most auction houses here in Australia do have a good return policy, so no harm done. Not learning how to grade. If you don't learn how to grade a coin, and that means being able to look at a coin and be able to describe its condition in common language to other collectors, then you are very much restricting yourself to only collecting mint product. And again, nothing wrong with just collecting mint product, but there is a bigger, wider world out there of other coins, and part of the joy that I get out of coin collecting is learning new series and new coin types, and being able to understand the condition of a coin is imperative to being able to do that. There is a learning curve and you'll make mistakes, but it is part of the fun. The next one, the next two are together, and the first one here is selling what you don't want to sell. I have sold the odd thing that I regret selling, and it wasn't because I didn't make enough money on it. It's because I knew it was a hard thing to find, and I shouldn't have sold it because I wanted it back. And that sort of dovetails into the next one, which is regretting sold coins. Selling a coin and then finding out later the value has gone up is not a mistake. You can't use hindsight as a determinant of a mistake. Sometimes when you sell things, you just sell them and you've got to move on, and not regret the money that you didn't make. Sure, the money you make out of coin collecting it can't be divorced from the hobby completely, but it's not all about the money. You know, if you bought something and you sold it and you made a profit, and then 5 years later the price goes up by a factor of 10, you didn't make a mistake. At the time, you made the right decision. So don't regret coins that you've sold unless you loved them, in which case you do regret it. Not learning. Not always learning. The idea that you can spend 30 seconds on eBay and know what something's worth is ridiculous. The idea that I can be shown a new coin for the first time and understand everything about it is ridiculous. You always have to be willing to learn when you're a collector. You have to be willing to listen to advice from people who know more than you, and you have to be willing to just keep your mouth closed and learn from other people who do know more. It means making good friends, joining coin collecting clubs, joining forums, reading Facebook posts, buying books, buying magazines, reading websites, and all that sort of stuff. Always be learning about coins. There's always more to know. And as one coin dealer said to me, the difference between a lot of coin dealers and coin collectors is that they just know more, and nothing more than that. They just know more. It's the knowledge that gets you places. It's being able to pick a coin, pick a grade, see an opportunity, and having the confidence to move on it. And if you don't learn all the time, then that will never come to you. Assuming what is written on a holder is correct. Even though I said coin dealers know more than you, a lot of the time they either don't know more than you, or they don't necessarily tell the truth. So if you are collecting, then don't always see what is written on a holder and believe that it's true. And interestingly, here in the shop, when we buy collections and we get a collection and someone has written values all over coin holders and grades and things like that, we do handle that very differently than coins that are not annotated like that, simply because often the people who are selling collection believe what's written on the holder. So it has to be dealt with very differently, and when you're in a coin dealer shop, you shouldn't necessarily believe what's in the holder. Similarly, if you're buying graded coins, always remember to appreciate the coin rather than the grade, because not all grades are equal. Some MS64s are much more attractive than others. being burned by played with coins. If you move away from collecting mint product and collect raw coins or raw banknotes, then there are people in the industry who try to improve those coins, whether it be through cleaning or heat treating or washing or trimming or gluing or smoothing or rubbing them with nose oils. Or what does that mean? It means you put your fingers on the side of your nose like this, and you rub them on your nose, and then you rub it on the surface of the coin, and it helps to fill in hairlines and things like that so they can't see it. So this comes back to grading coins. You need to know, one needs to know with the other, and you know you're going to make mistakes. You will get caught, but hopefully you won't get caught twice. So learn how to pick played with coins and banknotes. And that's it. That's all the mistakes. I'll just have a look at some comments here because coin collecting mistakes are always fun to talk about because we all make them. Adam says, not seizing an opportunity usually means an emptier wallet. I'm not sure if Catherine's listening, but if she wants to bring in her opportunity that she took last week, if you don't seize an opportunity when you see it, often you'll be overcome with regret and go out and buy the same thing from somewhere else for more money. So what Adam is saying there is quite correct. Hang on, she's looking for it. Catherine is a Sydney Harbour Bridge collector. She collects Sydney Harbour Bridge memorabilia. And if she can find what she bought this week, I'll show it to you because this was an opportunity that was seized. Thank you. Right, so I'm not sure if you can see that. Looks like a piece of rock, and indeed it is a piece of rock. But what it actually is granite from Moruya, which is on the south coast of New South Wales. And the granite from Moruya was used to make the pylons on the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Sydney Harbour Bridge was opened in 1932. So this is a piece of Moruya granite that was taken from the same source at the same time as the granite as used to make the Sydney Harbour Bridge. It's got a little plaque on it there describing what it is. So this is a souvenir that was issued. We're not sure of the history of these. Certainly they are contemporary from 1932. There's a bunch of words there on the plaque. I won't read that out. But this was an opportunity that Catherine took last week. We know what these are worth. We know how scarce they are. I've only ever seen one other come up for sale in the last 10 years, and the opportunity was seized. Catherine and I talked about it, and in the end we just said, well, you just got to buy it. So she put in an offer on it, and in the end got it for the offer that she made, which was quite a bit less than what we believe is the market value. This was on eBay, and now she's got one, and we'll probably never see another one. And that'll take pride of a place in our collection of useless stuff at home. As I said to her, it fits well into the rest of the useless stuff, a piece of rock with a plaque on it. And again, just an opportunity taken. So yeah, there we go. A beautiful thing. I'm so pleased for her that she got it because it is quite unique. Moruya granite used to make the pylons for the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Right, a couple of more comments and then we'll wind up. Catherine says she got caught with brown boot polish once. Yep. So that was a dealer in Melbourne who was known for fiddling with coins, and he would try to conceal cleaning and artificial colour on copper coins by rubbing them with boot polish. It's unfortunate, but that's what he did. And of course, from that point on, we were very cautious about everything we bought off of him. Beck says, what you think is expensive today will seem cheap tomorrow. A lot of the time, Beck, that is correct. And PCE Supercore says, the best way to get it, taking a piece of the actual pylon is very much frowned upon. Look, Catherine and I made that same joke, actually, that if you went down there with a masonry bit and a drill, that you'd probably get locked up. Right, that's it for this week. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. If you've got any topics you'd like me to cover next week, please send us a Facebook message, send an email, give me a call, have a talk to me, and I'll do my best to cover it. So thanks everyone for joining in, and stay safe and stay happy, stay warm wherever you are. If you're in the southern states, stay warm. It's quite cold. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.